Hi everyone, this is Idil, your beekeeper. Now I'm going to be giving you a brief overview of our Community Supported Beekeeping Initiative, Local Buzz. For this, I will be sharing my screen and then introducing you to the concept one by one. This is a Miro board that I prepared to introduce you to the concept and give you the specifics of the initiative. I will be sharing the link of this Miro board so you can, whenever you want, be able to access the information. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about myself, if I can get to the right place. My name is Idil. I'm from Istanbul, 37. I'm 37 years old, and I'm an urban farmer and a beekeeper working at Ola Living Lab. Ola Living Lab is a job skills training program for youth in Greenland. And what I do in this program is I train youth to have green skills and something very shiny to have in their CV. So we do beekeeping and urban farming together within Oslo Living Lab. It's a green employment program, and we have been doing beekeeping for a few years already together. But this year we decided that there's a great potential to create a community-supported scheme in order to enlarge our community base. And last year we won a silver medal, so that gave us confidence in what we are doing. Plus, being on the rooftop of a co-working space also encouraged us to take this decision, because we usually have a lot of people interested in what we're doing when we're on the rooftop. Our place is at Schweigårdsgate 34C. This is the Greenhouse Oslo building. And if you look at this map, you will see exactly where we are. We are downtown. It is a very conveniently located place. And around us, marked with green, you can see all the nectar sources where our bees go to collect pollen. And they take this pollen and bring it to our rooftop. And having access to all these all these city nectar sources, like the botanical garden, like Ekeberg, like Lusetter, and all the flowers and trees you have in your backyard, in your balcony, creates our honey, which carries the taste of Oslo. And that's why we believe we won the silver medal for one of the categories in the annual Honey Championship of Norway in 2020. Our bees carry it to our rooftop, which also is heaven for pollinator communities, because we grow pollinator-friendly flowers and herbs, but also vegetables, berries, and trees. So this is where our hives are located, within this urban farm. So when you come to visit your hives, this is where you will be stepping in. Somewhere in the middle of the city, but yet so you will feel so isolated from the chaotic environment of the city. We have sun all day long, and we have amazing views. This is a very good environment for the bees, because of the close access to the water sources and the nectar sources around the farm. But it is also very convenient for us because we have our offices down in the building, and with zero carbon footprint, we will be harvesting our honey just a few levels under the rooftop. And if you want to be a part of it, you will experience this from beginning to end. So yeah, this is in our offices. We have all the equipment we need for harvesting and pouring into jars. And finally, we get a few different types of honey every year according to the harvest times. So we will be doing this all together when you sign up to this scheme. Yeah. Going back to the basics. What is community supported? Well, there's a big movement behind the community supported agriculture. Our beekeeping initiative rests on the same principles as community supported agriculture. I'm only going to share with you this part. You are welcome to do more research on your behalf. You can click on these PDFs and then look more into the resources that I have on this board. But to be very concise, I should say that in this scheme, you sign up and you become a member and you make a prepayment. And as you are becoming a member, you will be immersed in experiences, because this is not like going to a supermarket or a farmer's market and buying your honey. This is about you being a part of the local food production and supporting your local farmer or beekeeper. Whereas the responsibility is not going to be only on you, the maintenance and care will be given by me, and at the end of the season, the honey will be shared accordingly among the members of the hive. Community supported agriculture helps us to be very transparent, helps us to carry sustainable practices, but also help us to share the risk as well as the abundance. In order to facilitate this, I created a form where most of you responded, and I was asking your motivations to become a member, and almost everyone found the hands-on experiences and the educational aspect of this initiative even more important than the honey itself. Therefore, I designed 2 packages where you will be really immersed in experiences with me under my mentorship. And there's another member, which is more basic, where you will be getting your honey, but you will also be attending a harvesting workshop, because I really don't want you to miss the excitement and the joy of harvesting honey together with your community. You should definitely be a part of it. Therefore, the basic membership involves a webinar, which all of us are going to attend. And then you will get your honey and you will be attending a harvesting workshops. And you will be also invited to social events that will take place on the rooftop. Hands-on membership is different to the basic membership because you will be attending monthly beekeeping experiences. So you will be learning the craft by connecting the experience to theory. Of course, I will be sharing with you the resources if you would like to do some reading, to watch some documentaries about beekeeping. I will be sharing with you resources. An extra perk of this membership package is the beeswax wrap making workshop. At the end of the season, we will be rendering beeswax and we will be making beeswax wraps. An average honey harvest from an average hive in a year is 25-30 kilos. So I'm thinking 10 people will be sharing a hive. So you will be getting on average 2.5 to 3 kilos. In our last harvest, we had around 50 kilos from one hive. So this is an average amount, but if there's abundance, we will be sharing it. So you are buying into the abundance, but also the risk. If you were to buy the honey from us directly, this is more or less how much you would be paying, and which is really close to the membership package that you are paying, which is 1,500 kroners. And the other perks are the webinar, the harvesting workshop, and all the social events. Like on our rooftop garden, we will be throwing parties and barbecues and other get-togethers. The introduction to beekeeping webinar is very important because we will cover topics like learning about the community inside the hive and how that community changes from season to season. So what happens inside the hive really dictates our practices. So you will be understanding how to respond to what's happening in the hive if you understand what kind of changes the hive goes throughout the seasons. You will be learning the protocols about acting around the hive, how to get dressed, how to use the tools, how to open the hive, and how to lift the frame, and what to look for. And I will share with you resources with you. What I guarantee is after attending this webinar, you will feel more comfortable being dressed and being around the hive and the bees. Harvesting workshops is, as I told you before, is the perfect moment after months of efforts and careful maintenance. You will be processing honey from the hives into a spinner, a centrifuge we call slinger. And this is how the honey will be pouring out of the machine, and we will be directly putting them into jars. Harvesting is a full sensory experience that appeals to your sight, to your taste, to your smell and touch. You will get sticky, but it's going to be very, very, very fun. I really don't want you to miss this opportunity. So this workshop will be available for all members. If you look at similar honey harvest courses, you see that they are really not cheap. So I leave it to you to make the math to make sure that you are paying a very, very, very fair price. Yeah, if we expand our horizon and look at hands-on experiences, I want to teach you, I want to train you to become a beekeeper. And there is nothing better than having hands-on experiences to learn the craft and learn it together. I'm thinking of groups of 4 because to me, this is the most appropriate number of people to have around our hives. This is a great bonding exercise. You will be communicating with your fellow beekeeper friends, the other members, and you will be working like a unit, inspecting the hive. Each experience is around 1.5 hours, plus or minus. You get dressed, you clean up, it becomes 2 hours. And as we open the hives, I will be showing you a lot of interesting stuff going on inside the hive, explaining the bees' behaviors, explaining the life inside the hive, and there will be numerous learning moments as we're inspecting. But I will also send you this protocol in writing, so you can go back to it and read it and make sure that you really internalize the information to feel confident around the hives. attending the monthly experiences will be organized by a planner document, a spreadsheet that I will be distributing, where you can sign up for whichever date is convenient for you, and then I will be expecting you that day. By the way, beekeeping suits and tools are all provided by us, so I only expect you to bring yourself, bring your curiosity, and bring your confidence. Moving on. Similar beekeeping beekeeping experience workshops are around 1,000 to 2,000 kroners. And our Handson Experiences membership is 2,800 kroner, which is inclusive of the webinar, of the honey, and of the beekeeping wraps making workshop. So if you add it up together, you will see this is again a very fair price to learn a craft that will be that may become your livelihood even one day. Similarly, beeswax making workshops or beeswax cream making workshops really make sense when done collectively, because then the expenses are reduced drastically. They make excellent Christmas gifts, and this will be doing in the autumn after the harvest is finished. So you can create your own gifts, Christmas gifts from the hives that you attended and you made yourself. If you look at beeswax wraps from online to buy, you will see that they are extremely expensive, really don't reflect its manufacturing value. As I said, when done together collectively, these products end up being very cheap, much cheaper. These are the perks of the membership packages. So you can either be a hands-on member or you can be a basic member. There are limited spots for a basic membership because I will only allocate one hive for a basic membership. So only 10 people can be benefiting from that packaging. I talked about this throughout the presentation, but I should repeat it to wrap it up. We will be starting small this season. And if this experiment, this first season of the first community beekeeping initiative of Norway, if it goes well, I'm thinking of scaling it out. But I will start small. I will have 10 people assigned to each hive. So you will be expecting 2.5 to 3 kilos. But if it turns out to be like last year, you will be having more honey. We begin in March and then we end in October or November. And in order to attend the hands-on experiences, you will be assigning yourself to dates that are available to you and also to me. How are we going to handle the COVID issue is that we will be following the government's and the city's advices closely, and we will have only 4 people per inspection in order to limit the incidences that any infection might occur. I just want to tell you that I am trying to think of everything from today to be prepared But I also would like to hear your input if you have any ideas to improve the system that we're building. And this brings me to one of the more important points about this initiative, which is co-design. I started this initiative, but I want you to be more actively involved in shaping it so we can build a very resilient, fair, sustainable, but also a fun experience together, which will last. And then next year, we can refine it, and we keep doing this year after year. So I want you to take more ownership into this initiative. If you have any ideas to make it better, to make it more interesting, I really want to hear your thoughts and look for ways to integrate your thoughts into the design. For example, one of the key principles of community supported schemes is that there is dialogue with the shareholders and there's involvement of shareholders. So at every big critical decision, I will be asking you what to do, how to do. I have two fun examples here. For example, if we end up with an abundance, what do we do with it? Do we make meat? Do we split? We decide. And also which logo to represent us. I would be really interested to hear your ideas. So the next steps are that I want you to sign up to this form and follow our webpage, follow our Facebook page. Deadline is end of this month, but I might extend it because our practices won't really start until April. Or you can send me an email and state which membership package you are interested in. And what happens is that I will get your invoicing details, send you an invoice, and you will become a formal member. You will be added to our emailing group. And the first thing is I will be organizing a webinar in March, the Introduction to Beekeeping webinar. So I will be sharing with you a doodle link so we can decide on a date to engage with our first material and also meet and introduce ourselves to the community. This is it for now. Thank you for being interested in this initiative. This is Norway's first community supported beekeeping scheme, and I'm really excited about it. I really look forward to hearing from you, hearing your thoughts, hearing your comments, so we can co-develop this initiative together to make it resilient and sustainable. Thank you very much. Have a good day.